Welcome to the Man United stream, hope you're doing well. It's the day after that huge Champions League win against Copenhagen. We won 1-0 at home at Old Trafford thanks to Harry Maguire and that header that got us that win and much needed win. But it wasn't just Harry Maguire who was the hero of the night. It was also Andre Onana who came out with an absolute huge save in the last minute of the game, last seconds of the game. And it meant everything to him and the team. You could see it on the players that ran on, the subs running onto the pitch. Absolute chaos. The scenes were amazing at Old Trafford and the crowd was rocking. We'll be discussing that and more in today's show, so make sure you hit that like button on this video so it gets passed out to lots more Man United fans. And if you're new to the Man United stream channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's kick off the show with that huge, crucial win against Copenhagen last night in the Champions League. I mean, if Man United failed to win that or drew that game, I think the chances of qualifying would have been next to nothing. We would have been struggling to go ahead and win all our games in the remaining Champions League matches, especially with Bayern Munich and even Galatasaray. Galatasaray are not a team that are easy to beat. We've seen this before. We saw this when they came to Old Trafford, and they even gave Bayern Munich a very hard game last night. They did win 3-1, eventually Bayern did, against Galatasaray, but Galatasaray are not going to be an easy side to go and play away from home. Once we go to Galatasaray, I think United, the players right now, if we're in this current form, we would struggle to beat them away from home. What do you think of the game last night? Who was your star man of the game? Was it Harry Maguire? Was it Onana? Or was it someone else? Let us know in the comments below who you think was the key player in last night's game and what made a difference. Now let's deal with the positives before we get onto the negatives of the game last night. You know, we're all about positivity on this channel, so let's first discuss the positives about last night's performance. So to kick off, the first positive has to be Harry Maguire. His performances in the last two games have been exceptional. Again, he was one of our better players in last night's game, was making those moves, making passes from deep, from within the defence, and then attacking as well. Every chance he got, he was getting into the area, and that's where the goal came from. And we can't forget that pass by Eriksen, Christian Eriksen. What a ball that was. Beautiful ball, straight into the area, straight into that danger area, and Harry Maguire did the rest. It was brilliant build-up play, and that's why Erik ten Hag, you have to give him some credit. He did bring on Eriksen, made that change early in that half and brought him on in the second half, and well, he did make a difference to that team going forward. We got that crucial goal. We should have got at least 2 or 3 more goals, and the amount of chances Manchester United actually got and missed. And after Man United scored that first goal, Copenhagen had to come out and play and left lots of spaces behind them, and we could have exploited them quite easily, and we did with Rashford and Højlund. We were exploiting lots and lots of space behind the defence of Copenhagen, and we could have had a couple of more goals to finish off the game. That didn't happen, and in the last moments of the game, literally seconds of the game, the referee makes a huge call and gives a penalty to Copenhagen for a raised foot by McTominay. It was a little bit harsh, but this is the Champions League and the referees are very stringent and do give these kind of decisions. We've got to remember that this is not the Premier League. The last kick of the game was going to be this penalty taken by a substitute who'd just come on. A big no-no for me. I knew straight away that this was not going to be a good penalty because subs who normally come on are not normally warmed up, not in the game as much, and do not freely take penalties, and that's what transpired. It wasn't an amazing penalty, but it wasn't a bad penalty either. But we had Onana pull off a crazy save, a brilliant performance, hero of the night in my opinion. If that went in, it would have been all over for Man United, but he stopped that ball going into the back of the net and he kept it at 1-0, and literally as he saved it, the whistle blew. Onana saved the penalty and became an instant hero, sending the entire Old Trafford crowd into a complete frenzy. The players, Man United players, were going crazy as well. The subs came on. It was scenes. It was brilliant to see. It was such a great atmosphere. You love Champions League nights at Old Trafford. There's nothing like it. Seriously. Okay, so those were the positives, but the negatives are that Man United are struggling to win games. They're making it really hard work, and we're missing lots and lots of chances. We're not scoring enough goals, and that's why we're putting a lot of pressure on our defence, a makeshift defence. We need to be going out there and getting a lot more goals. We haven't got any attackers that are injured. That's our full strength attack out there. We've got Rashford, we've got Højlund, we've got Bruno Fernandes, we've got everyone out there who should be out there, and we should be getting a lot more goals. These are the players that we need to be relying on. We haven't got anyone else coming off the bench who's good enough to be playing in that attacking lineup. Okay, Martial came on really late on, not good enough. Garnacho came on as a sub and missed that huge chance later on in the game, and that could have made it 2-0 and closed off the game completely, but we did leave that lifeline open for Copenhagen to come in and try and get a draw. Now, the negatives are that Man United are not performing well enough. It's clear to many fans that Man United are simply not playing well enough. You have to be critical of Man United if you're looking at it from an objective point of view and you're being independent. Man United are simply not good enough right now. Something is not right, and Erik ten Hag seems to be struggling with it. He seems to be struggling to get the best out of those players. There is something not ticking, and Ten Hag really needs to get a grip of this, because we could end up losing quite easily to a decent team and being out of the Champions League, and we could even be out of the top 4 in the Premier League. So we really need to get to the bottom of why Man United are not scoring enough goals and why the players up front are not ticking. Something is not right. Rashford is simply just not confident at anything in the game. You saw him last night, missed so many chances, wasn't playing to his best ability. Why? No one knows. We've been asking this question since the start of the season. What is wrong with Rashford? Why is he not playing? First we thought it was because he was playing through the middle, and then he went out on the left wing, and he still hasn't been playing well even on that left wing. So what is his problem? We need to get to the bottom of this. Erik ten Hag needs to get to the bottom of this quickly so we can start winning and scoring lots more goals. Defensively, Man United have got an excuse for why they're not playing well. Defensively, we've got lots of defenders out. Martinez out, Shaw's out, Malacia. These players would get into that first 11 and make that defense very good, but right now we haven't got them players available, and we could argue that if we do let 1 or 2 goals in, that is because we've got a makeshift defense. But going forward, we should not have any excuses for not scoring goals. We should be scoring a lot more goals, and teams like Copenhagen, yes, it's a good team, but it's not a team that we should be struggling against at home at Old Trafford. We should be comfortably winning against these teams, but we've seen this season so far, we have struggled with every single team that's come to Old Trafford, and there has to be a reason why, and we need to find out and correct that reason very quickly. Let us know in the comments below what you thought of the game last night. Did you think it was a decent game? Do you think Man United are struggling, and why? Can you pinpoint the reason for why Man United are struggling? Let us know. We'd love to hear from Man United fans about what they think about the performances and why they think Man United are struggling against these kind of teams. Drop your comments below, hit that like button on this video, and if you're new to the Man United Stream channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You are watching the Man United Stream channel, a channel by the fans for the fans.